What if this spring, instead of just cleaning up your garage or closet, you cleaned up your emotional and mental energy first? Spring begins this week. Are you as ready for it as I am? I love the energy of renewal, hope, and new life. And did you know that it's often considered the natural new year? It's fun to see the crocuses popping up from underneath the snow, as well as the robins will soon be reappearing. I love it all. So, have you noticed that you've already been starting to think about cleaning out the garage or your closets or what home repairs you're going to tackle this spring or summer? Well, before you jump into those projects, I want to share what I'm going to start doing this week. I've narrowed it down to 3 questions so you can become more aware and decide what you want to do first and how. Welcome to episode 156, 3 Spring Reset Questions for Your Mind and Energy. I'm Clarenda Price, a certified life and weight loss coach, personal trainer, and former nurse. I help women who are successful in so many areas of life, yet they feel stuck in their stress eating, energy, or weight. We look at the science and mindset so you can finally make that shift so you can feel lighter in your mind and body in a way that lasts. Now, let's dive in. Question 1. Where are my energy leaks? Most of us don't feel drained because we're doing too much. We're drained because we're carrying too many unfinished loops in our minds. When too many tabs are left open on your device, what happens? It slows down. The bandwidth decreases. And it's the same for us. Here are a few of my open tabs. Tax season, especially if you have a business, because that just adds another layer to it. Then there's booking my mammogram, returning a package, or making a decision that I've been wavering in. We can handle, process, hold space for, a few things, but it seems like it accumulates until suddenly we become overwhelmed. It's the compound effect, but not in a good way. Here's how I know if something is draining me. It usually contains one of these 3 verbs. I need to, I should, I have to. That language alone creates pressure and doesn't feel good. So here's what I suggest. Get every one of those tasks out of your head and onto paper or a whiteboard. I like to categorize mine as work or business, personal, home, and other. Then estimate how long each task will take. And I know you'll probably say, well, I don't really know. Not allowed to say, I don't know. Just guess. It's amazing how many things feel like a really big deal, but in reality, they would only take 5 minutes or less. By writing that down and acknowledging it, it may motivate you to just do it. Just get it done, even if it feels a little awkward or uncomfortable. For longer tasks, you may want to break it down into smaller steps so it feels less daunting. I know it helps me feel more motivated. So do that and then set a timer. And I challenge you to just go. See how many you can get checked off. Once momentum builds, you might realize or think, I have another hour within me. So maximize that energy. And then, this is a step we often forget, but acknowledge the feeling of accomplishment. Feel proud. Celebrate it. Because if you don't celebrate it, who else will? Especially if it's personal stuff. That starts to reduce the resistance that your brain has built around the to-do list. Action feels so much better than looping thoughts. While you're in that energy, I suggest that you continue to plan when you're going to do the next things. At least get them on the calendar. If you have to shift them around a little bit, that's okay. That first step can keep you going. I bet you'll even sleep better because your brain won't be rehearsing everything that needs to be done around 4 a.m. Question 2. What does my energy audit reveal? Have you ever had a very full day but felt spent in the very best way? And other days you didn't do as much but you felt wiped out and shut down? I sure have. And it's not the activity itself, it's the meaning that we're attaching to it. It's the brain chatter happening in the background about it. It's the thoughts, complaints, and even downright pity parties. I love how I feel after a full coaching day. I don't love how I feel after dealing with a lot of tech issues, but tech is part of life, so I can either deal with it or delegate it. Either way, what I tell myself about it will determine how I feel. And that's good news because that tells us that that's within our control. So I really suggest you do an energy audit. It will increase your awareness of what raises your energy and what drains it. It will support the goal of having more balance in your life, of having more calm in your body and mind. The energy audit is simple. Throughout the day, just rate your energy on a scale of 0 to 10. Ask yourself, is my energy above or below baseline? What am I doing? What am I feeling? And most importantly, what am I thinking? That is, what you're thinking while doing it. Scrolling is a great example. Let's say it's noon and you're scrolling. Check in. Notice if you're relaxed, if you're motivated, if you're stressed, if you're judgmental. Is the content hopeful, discouraging, fearful, or inspiring? Seeing a friend's vacation photos might make you smile and dream a little bit, or it could trigger jealousy and self-pity. Health content might encourage you, or it might make you feel discouraged because you feel it's unattainable right now. It's not just the activity or the circumstance. It's the thought creating the feeling. I created a simple energy audit tool that you could use from 6 a.m. until 10 p.m. You can track it for one day or a week. I plan to use it for 3 days in a row and then decide from there. It's a way we can catch energy dips before they become mental, emotional, and physical fatigue. I'll link that PDF in the show notes. And question 3, what would make the biggest impact on my energy this year? We've just been reminded of how quickly a season goes by. It seems like it was just the new year, and now here we are, 3/4 of the year left. So ask yourself, what would be the main needle mover that would give me more energy? Now be aware, your brain will offer you just little goals at first, things that maybe you're already doing that aren't making a huge difference. They can all add up. But today I'm talking about the bigger one, the main needle mover that you need to increase your energy. That you know if that happens, then there's going to be a ripple effect. So now that you know your lower brain is just doing its job, it's just trying to keep you comfortable and conserve energy. But you can stay committed to saying, no, I want to focus on the main needle mover that's going to make everything else easier. Maybe not in the short term, but in the long term. And you'll know if your goal is big enough, because if it is, your brain's going to offer resistance. Welcome it. It means you're on track. I coached a client last week whose goal just wasn't lighting her up. When we stretched it slightly, I noticed her posture changed. She sat up straight, she took a deep breath in, and her face lit up. She reported back later that she was choosing differently. She was making decisions and knowing that every decision mattered instead of thinking, this one won't matter. I don't need to worry about that. She was thinking differently and therefore feeling different. Her motivation increased because her belief increased. She had a new empowered vision of what was possible for her. She felt a rise in her energy and hopeful again. She no longer had to buy into what society is saying as that's just part of aging. She was determined not to settle. So while you're here, let's play a bit. Try completing this sentence. If blank, fill that in, then I would have more energy. For example, if I lost 20 to 30 pounds, then I'd be able to fit into clothes that I miss wearing or I really love and let go of the ones that I'm tired of or feel frumpy in. The ripple effect of that would be less closet clutter. It would be more ease and confidence. Also, less frustration of getting dressed every day and then having to pick up and hang up the pile of clothes that are on the floor. Ask me how I know that. So that's very different from setting a goal of, I need to clean out my closet. Yes, cleaning out the closet is still a chore and it would still be a good thing, part of the spring cleaning, but wouldn't it feel better if while you're cleaning out that clothes clutter, you know that you've lost the weight and you no longer have to hang on to those. You can turn the hangers around or whatever you use to organize it, and bring out the ones that have been kind of slid to the side or in the back of your closet. You'll get to enjoy wearing them again. You'll get to feel the sense of satisfaction in doing so. You can celebrate and feel proud of what you have accomplished. And all of that will raise your energy. That's an example of a true needle mover. And we could continue to talk about the other benefits as well. But I think you get the picture. Let me know. Can you see the difference? The difference in both the result and the feel-good energy. Spring cleanup isn't just about organizing your space. It's about organizing your energy and resetting your thoughts and goals. When you understand what's actually draining you, check things off the list, and choose one meaningful goal, everything feels lighter. You feel more hopeful and empowered. If you'd like help identifying your biggest energy drain or deciding what the needle mover is for you for this coming season, book a free 20-minute consult with me. I'll add that link to the show notes as well. We'll look at where your energy is going, what's draining it, and what is the one needle mover, the biggest thing that could make such a difference in your health and the way you feel from day to day. Spring is here, my friend. So let's maximize our energy and this experience and enjoy it. Energy is available for everyone. So let's find it again and tap into it.